I found that inclusion really, really matters and exclusion hurts. Exclusion's so harmful. I've experienced inclusion in so many different areas in my life from school, where I wasn't even allowed to do PE, For me, celebrating Disability Day is about amplifying voices. I think disability is quite often underrepresented and misrepresented. And when you look at the disability sector as a whole, a lot of voices have been done on behalf of disability and disabled people. So, really amplifying those voices, celebrating successes, disability, the word itself, really, if you look at it, break it down, is a horrible word. Disability means not working, it means it's broken. And actually trying to change that narrative and focus on what people can do rather than what they can't, I just think is super, super powerful. Sport is often seen as all about physical prowess, who's the fastest, strongest, and most skillful. But I found that actually 95% of success in sport was mindset. It was about performing under pressure, it was about keeping that motivation going, it was about finding that confidence to keep going through really, really tough and tricky times. And when you look at business, the same approach applies. Coming out of sport, I've literally copied and pasted what I did as an athlete and applied it to the business methodology, and it works really, really well because challenges are still there. We still need that motivation. We still have a lot of pressures and time constraints that we need to work to. So I'd say mindset is so important in both sport and business. Inclusive leadership's so important in terms of getting that culture right. If people feel they don't belong, if they feel they don't matter, then they're never going to show up in the right way. They're never going to be able to give as much as they can. So creating that culture where people do belong, and for me, being inclusive is about being open. It's about appreciating that we don't always know everything, and being prepared to listen, because we don't all have the answers, but I think together we can get there. Yeah, I think we've all got differences, and those differences make us stand out. When we bring these together, we've got that incredible diversity of thought which drives some really creative solutions. And I think celebrating these and actually using it as a really important selling point to amplify our own persona, our own profile, is just really, really helpful. And it helps people see those differences as being super valuable too. So I think it helps grow that whole culture as a whole, as well as really helping that individual belong and shine as well. For me, the speech is about getting people to think a little bit differently and ideally take action if they're comfortable to do so. Goals, achieving something big is all about changing behaviors. If we didn't change our behavior, if we didn't need to, we'd have already achieved what we want to do. So, this is about getting people to think about their situation a little bit differently and make tiny steps. I'm not after big changes. I think that making small ways to the way we think, the way we feel, the way we approach things can have a massive difference. I found that inclusion really, really matters, and exclusion hurts. Exclusion's so harmful. I've experienced inclusion in so many different areas in my life, from school, where I wasn't even allowed to do PE. When I look at my sporting career, how I ended up in sport is a miracle, really, because I was excluded from PE. I went out and found a sport, one that I could do with my disability, and all the way through, making the able-bodied team, that showed me how inclusion works, why it matters. But when I started archery, I wasn't a disabled athlete, I was just another athlete. And for me, that sense of belonging that came from that was just so important. And we did have to adapt things to make that possible. But making it possible, finding ways to make it work, was just so helpful. So finding ways to bring people on that journey is possible, it is there, if we look in the right ways, if we're really creative with it. And when we do that, when we bring people on that journey with us, it makes such a huge impact to their behaviors, their personal performance, but also the performance of the team as a whole. Oh, looking at my career and all the achievements I managed, including sort of world number one for the entire career, I have to say so many skills come together. I don't think you could pick just one. But the key ones I have to say is confidence, having that ability to believe in yourself, especially when it really mattered. That was really, really crucial. When you put under pressure, when the medal is on the line, when you've got to deliver, you've got to perform, that confidence is absolutely essential. And I did have a few wobbles on the way, but I did learn how to actually develop that. I think that persistence as well is really, really key. You've got to get up, you've got to keep going, you've got to keep picking yourself up when you don't feel like it, and keep working through those tough times. That for me is another crucial one, as well as resilience. And, we're all going to face adversity, we're all going to face setbacks, and how we approach that, particularly with the right mindset, is just so key to breaking through those barriers.